Hey, it's noon on August 29th, 2020, pandemic year, and I thought I'd make a little garden video to share so that the people who haven't been able to visit this summer would be able to see it, and it'll be on YouTube for posterity so I can compare what we've done. So anyway, I've been really busy in the garden. Our yard used to be basically what you see in front of you right now, which is some kind of junk trees and junk bushes. The entire yard was this way. You couldn't stand down here on Barton Drive, which they're constructing right now, because you'd be standing in waist-tall briars and weeds that would catch on your clothing. So I've done a lot of work down here getting ready for the road construction, and it's been really nice. So this is the view from Barton Drive. We have one pile left of things I've cut down. The rest of these piles are designed by me. So we planted some serviceberry trees, some pine trees, but all of the wood that was kind of good looking went into these piles. So back here there's a little grove where I planted one little pine tree, and that's surrounded by these walls and what I call a stomp pile, because it's fun to come down and just crush it down with your feet. So now I'm going to be walking again along Barton Drive. I put in some lilies here, so those will kind of take over once the construction is done. Put in this big pine tree here. He will get very, very tall. Right now he's about 6 feet tall, and block everything. This is what I really wanted to show. This is my little, I call this the teaching corner. So there's 5 Rombeses in our family now, and all of us have been teachers and are teachers. So I just thought it was kind of cool. I had these stumps, so I just buried them. This was a pile of brush, and I used the brush to build more walls. And I have this little teaching corner, and I just put some ground cover called Pachysandra in this week that I brought from up north. So let's keep walking. This is a little designed bed. Every time you put your shovel in the ground here, you get rocks. So I just started collecting them in buckets, and then I made this little surround with some holly and one honeysuckle bush that I'm letting stay. So let's keep walking here. Mulched this whole path. This was inaccessible. I won't show you every little pine tree, trust me. So this is the walk up the path. The paths are really pivotal. They've defined the space. We have a little seat there. You can see the road construction. And this is a little pine tree that will become quite big. This is a lone pine tree, only one of his kind. He's an Alberta spruce, I believe. Norway spruce, actually. That's canna. It's a huge flowering thing that reproduces every year, huge bulbs. So I think it's kind of cool to have some color. Still going up. Now we can see what I did in the lower left corner where I kind of got in trouble with the neighbors, but I'm out of trouble, don't worry. Made that little wall. All those ferns are from Wendy Kern and their new house yard. So we've got some trees that will grow up very nicely here. That log that you see in the center of the screen right now fell maybe a month ago, and I have to pick up my saw here. It was out in the rain. And it's amazing that it fell parallel to this other tree, so it made kind of a seating area down here, which is really nice, so people can sit on either log. So continuing to go up, you can start seeing the big project for the year was the steps. So we had these stone steps put in. This is the fire pit, which isn't really a fire pit because we can't have fires in Ann Arbor, but it's kind of a designed feature. I don't want to make you dizzy. So going uphill here, we're going to try to get these steps continued all the way through the yard. Some bushes are being attacked by deer. We'll see what makes it long term. So now I'm on the bottom step, and you can see that I've got trees and bushes. And this is the view. Very cool. I'm going to run out of time on this video pretty quick, but I'll keep going. Still up the stairs. And to deer path number 1. And again, this was all choked with trees. So what you're seeing is a lot of work of clearing. That little area down there is going to be our leaf corral. So all these trees are going to do a lot of leaves, drop a lot of leaves in the fall. So I cleared an area down there where we'll be able to just rake and blow leaves into that little corral. So it should be kind of cool. And then getting up to the patio where I started the Bohemian pot edit last year, and it's doing very, very nicely. So this is our patio garden. Next year I'm going to get a little more weighty pots. There's another swale that I made here with rocks. Very cheap resource that we have around here. Here's the little side patio garden. Does very, very well. It's a shade garden. It's got some impatiens, some hosta. And here's my little nursery, I call it. A couple of these things were not doing well in the yard, so I moved them into pots so I can kind of baby them. That's an elm tree. Hopefully get that in the yard pretty soon. So that's the backyard. 2020 work. And I'll do another one of these same day next year so we can all see how it's progressing. All right, bye.